Let me get the chat room open really quick. I was a little delayed. No, oh, I also need my lights. There we go. Excellent. Here we go. Pop out chat. Okay. Gunter, Chow, Chris, Rion, Leonard. Thanks for coming in today. I appreciate it. Just a quick thumbs up in the chat room that everybody can hear me. Just make sure that everything there is good. Because yeah, I just want to make sure you guys hear me. So that's yes. You guys can hear me? Oh, perfect. Chris, thanks. Loud and clear. Perfect. Okay. So what I plan on doing today was I wanted to I kind of wanted to ease in back into the live stream thing. So we're gonna be doing something. I don't know. Probably it's definitely interesting, but it's probably not as heavy as previously done. Let me just get a couple things set up here. Sorry. Okay. So what we're going to be doing today is on the forums. There was a person that forget who it was, but on the Rap Weaver forums, he asked for a question, and he had like this slideshow. This website that he found had a slideshow, and then the whole slideshow like faded into the website, right? And he already had Impact, and he's like, man, how can we do this with Impact? I like the slideshow in Impact, but I wanted to make sure that what can I use other than Impact, because Impact doesn't have this feature. And I was like, hey, let's see if we can figure that out here. So yeah, I built a project file. I posted on the forum post, and I thought, hey, this would kind of be a cool thing to do a live stream on. And so we're going to build that today. And so let me go ahead and let me actually need to download that project file, because I need to re-download it because I don't have it any longer. And I'll put the project file right here in the chat. So if you guys want to download that, you can download it and play along. Okay. Let's move the chat over here. And let's get my video ready. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So yeah, for those of you that were at the summit over the weekend, thank you very much for joining. I appreciate it. We're going to open up this project file. We had a blast at the summit last weekend, and man, it was so many great speakers. It was pretty amazing how many amazing speakers we had. We have such talented users in our community, and I'm just honored that they were able to take the time to really chat with us. So, okay, here we go. Here is the Rapid Weaver project. Now, this is the project done, obviously, but what we're going to do is we're going to recreate that from scratch. So let's preview that in a browser. Right. So we have the nice slideshow. And it says a couple things, and voila, it fades into our website. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool there. So yeah. And then if we refresh, it kind of just restarts. So it comes and it says, "Are you ready?" Now maybe you might make it a little bit faster, right? But this is just obviously just something we're gonna build out, and it fades directly into the website. Pretty cool. So, to start off, I'm not even going to review this. I might reference it to make sure that I'm doing it okay, but we're gonna build that from scratch. Okay. Let's go ahead. I'm going to create a new page in this project. We'll call it redo. Okay. So let's see. Everything can be seen. Yep. Okay. So first off, first things first, we need, now I'm going to build this with Foundation 1 because that's what most of you have. I know I released Foundation 6 over the weekend to conference attendees. And for those of you that have that, awesome. I'll start, integrating Foundation 6 into these live streams pretty soon. But I just need to make sure we get a little bit further along before, I do that and make it probably publicly accessible. Hopefully that'll happen when this year is my goal. But yeah, hopefully that should happen this year. Okay, so let's get site styles on the page. I'm just going to hide it. I'm going to keep with the default styles. I'm not going to muck with that at all. But we need it on the page. So there's that. First thing first, let's go ahead and start creating a site, a normal site with an impact, and then maybe just some content below that, right? So let's just go ahead and let's just do a one column, and let's see, we're just going to add some padding. Okay, and we're just going to add in some headers. Okay, we'll just make that an H1. I'm not going for any style of words here, so there we go. Okay, all right, preview that, and there we go. Insert website here. Okay. Actually, I kind of like how it did on the previous page. I think I'm just gonna. How did I do it over here? Here. Oh yeah, I just added a ton of added a lot of padding, 20. Yeah, let's go ahead and just do that then. We go here, we go. Oh, okay, so watch this. Okay, so I'm gonna add, obviously I don't need that many. Okay, so I'm gonna select both of these stacks. I'm in stacks 4, remember? In stacks 4, we can select multiple stacks that are the same kind, and I can modify the settings on multiple stacks at the same time. So there we go. That. And just for fun, I don't want to use Open Sans. Let's just use Letica. It's fine. Make it bold, 600. 700. Okay. There we go. Wow. Insert website here. Okay, there we go. Now for the fun part. Okay, we need impact. Impact's not in that group. Impact. Okay. So I'm just going to do a 2-slide demo here. So let's just add in a couple slides. Pretty much the images I use for almost everything, right? And here, let's do something cool. Let's add in some we'll add that later. Okay, let's just get the basics up here. Boom. Okay, so we have 2 slides. And we wanted content on the slide, right? So I'm going to go ahead and add content. And we want that content to be a header. So I'm going to go ahead. All right, I have a header here. Let's just do that. Impact. Or let's see. Header, I want that to be alt, right? Because I want it white. Alternate. Okay, and we're going to say, are you ready? ... And then in this one, we're going to add content. And we're going to go boom. And we're going to say in this one, to make an impact. Cool. And this is going to be, we want this impact to be full screen, right? Which is the default, right? So here we have full screen header. So let's preview that really quick. Oh, what the heck? just some cash. Okay. So we have our copy, right? And it fades in. Are you ready to make an impact? Okay, cool. Let's if you notice that the content wasn't centered, so we need to do vertical centered, horizontal normal. So on here we'll do content vertical centered. Let's preview that really quick. Vertical centered, cool. And animates into there. Okay, sweet. Okay. Here we need to make that like big. All right, this is what that was an H1. Let's just go to site styles. We need to make that like really big. Let's do like 6. There we go. Okay, a little bit bigger now. Now it looks a little more acceptable. Wait. Okay. So now we have that. I want to add a little bit of contrast between that text and the background image. So inside the impact stack, and we have an overlay setting somewhere. Here we go. Overlay. We're just going to do a colored overlay, and we'll keep it simple. Let's just do like a black with an opacity, right? Something like 50%. Gray, 50%. Yeah, let's do black. Black 50%. All right, let's preview that really quick. There it goes. Okay, so that's nice, right? Are you ready? Okay, and it fades in to make an impact. Now, if you notice that animation is kind of slow, and like when it animates the words on top of each other, that's kind of funky too, right? So let's go ahead and make that a little bit better. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go and let's use the impact animate stack. I'm going to put that in there. And this one we're going to fade down, no delay. This one we're going to, oops, what did I do there? Drag that in there. This one we're going to fade. We'll fade up. How about that? Let's try that. So that kind of fades down a little bit. And as that comes in, the other one will fade in. Nice, right? Cool. I like that. And then we probably want to only animate once, right? So we don't want the animation of the slides to happen all the time, because if you notice, it was going back, and once we hit that second slide, we're done. Okay, so we go to impact animation. We're going to say only once, so that it only goes through the slideshow one time. Okay, and then it's gonna, let's see, it pauses. The transition speed is 2 seconds. I actually thought that was like really slow. Let's do like 1 second. Okay. I'm actually going to go faster. 500. We'll reduce the crossfade a little bit. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty good. Right? Okay. Sweet. So now we have our gallery or a slideshow the way we wanted, right? But obviously it's in line on the website. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to get this impact and lay it on top of the website. Okay. So how do we do that? Any guesses? I think the live stream is probably pretty delayed. So I'll just tell you, we're going to use Target. Target is our ultimate positioning tool. Okay. So So what we're going to do, bring in target. Okay. And then target, we're going to say we want this relative to the browser. Okay. So inside the, hold on a second, inside the position setting here. Okay. We want to set that to be relative to browser. Sorry, I should have used the zoom. I forgot about the zoom tool I created. So the zoom tool is kind of nice. So sorry if the past settings were hard for you to see. Okay, so we're going to do relative to browser. And then in these settings, we're going to set it to vertical top 0, left 0. And the reason I want top 0, left 0 is because, I mean, this thing is already full screen, right? The impact. So, yeah, we just want to start at the top, and it's just going to, it'll fill the screen now. Okay. So now that we have that set, with, I guess if we wanted to, we could probably say fill and fill. I don't think that's really necessary. We'll keep them at auto. And we should be able to just put that in there. Okay, let's preview. Are you ready to make an impact? Cool. And oh wait, cache again. Aha. Okay, that's what I was waiting for actually. Okay. So this is interesting. If you notice, so it's fixed at the top, right? But the content, the content's kind of under it, right, or on top of it, because I can like scroll the website. So it's like impact's actually in the background of our site, which is actually kind of an interesting thing as well, right? I guess if you kind of wanted that, you could use impact for that. Although I'd use the Eclipse stack for that. It's kind of what Eclipse is built for. But that's pretty interesting. Okay. So, but we don't want our website on top of impact. We want impact on top of our website, right? So what do we do there? So in target, we could definitely set a Z index, right? So this one we could set it to be like, I don't know, like 99 or something like that. All right. So Z index inside the target. Okay, we can set that to be 99. And that should make it go on top, right? And it's on top now. But if you notice, while it's animating, you kind of see, here, let's do that again. I'll refresh. Okay. While the crossfade's going on, you can faintly see the content of the website through impact, right? Which is like, shit, I thought we were really close, right? What can we do there? If you notice, it was there, right? I mean, it was just kind of, you see it right there, right? So that's not good. What can we do? How can we do that? What can we do to fix that? So, okay. First off, one idea that could potentially fix it is if we add a background to the impact stack, actually, or to target, right? So if we just go to target and we can just set a background color to target, you can choose your color. We'll choose white, okay? But maybe black, depending on how it'll actually affect the color and look of your transitions, the background color that you set. So we'll set it to white. Okay, let's see here. And I didn't see it at all. So that kind of fixes it. That's cool. All right, let's try that again. Sweet. Now, just to be sure, what I do is I'm going to go to the impact stack, and I'm going to go down to the animation settings. Okay, right down here, and I'm going to change that transition from transition speed 500 to 5,000 just for right now, just as a test, purely because I want that transition to go really, really slow, so that I can verify, because I had it at 500, so a half second is the time in which you could potentially see that. So I'm going to set it to 5,000, which is 5 seconds. And let's look at it now, just to make sure that I'm really not seeing any of that. I'll refresh that again, make sure we don't have any cache. And that's silky smooth, right? So yeah, that kind of fixes that. Okay. And actually in the project file I sent you, I had an alternate solution, which we'll go over in a minute, which is actually quite interesting as well. But that kind of solves that, right? So hopefully that makes sense. So what I did is, let me just reiterate what we've done here. Inside target, so target positions impact on top of the website. Okay. And then, but the problem is when the images are fading, right? There has to be a transparency between the images. Oh, here's the camera. Right? There's a transparency, and when both images are transparent, the whatever's behind it bleeds through, right? And so what I did was I set a solid color to the target background, okay, because target's containing all of impact. So therefore, because target is on top, okay, it doesn't have any issues because we have that solid color there, and the content behind it doesn't bleed in. Cool. So now we need to, after a certain time, we need to actually fade this away and show our website. So how do we do that? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the foundation stacks. We're going to find the animate stack. Okay. And I'm going to drag this out, and we're going to put target inside animate. Okay. Okay. So target is inside animate. And then for let's look at these settings down here. Okay. For the animation stack. We don't want to fade in. We actually want to fade out. Okay, so we're gonna fade out, and I don't want any sort of I don't want it like fading out. I just want it to just straight up fade out. I don't want it to move up or down. I just want it to fade out, straight up fade out. I don't want it to animate infinite. Duration, I don't know. Let's do like 1.5 seconds, so 1500. Now delay, okay. Delay. We're gonna leave that at 0. Hopefully you guys, and then we'll play with that. Okay. And then the offset, we want this to be 0 because we want it to be immediately on page load. So set that offset to 0 and repeat. We don't want this to repeat. It happens once. That's it. Okay. I'm going to keep that delay at 0 for right now. And we'll see what that does. Whoa. It faded out immediately. So that delay is 0. So that means exactly immediately on page load, it's going to fade out. So what we need to do is we need to time our slideshow because we know exactly how long our slideshow is going to take. So we need to delay that fade out to the time of the slideshow. Okay. So let's look at our slideshow here. So we have 2 slides. I need to change this transition speed. Okay, so let's go ahead. I need to change that back to 500. Okay, so our slide duration is 3 seconds. So we need to delay at least 6 seconds. And then our transition speed, let's delay it by, let's see, that's times 2. I'm going to do 8 seconds. Okay, and we can tweak that, right? Okay, so I'm going to go in my animate stack. And we'll go down to the delay settings. And this is in milliseconds, so I needed to put 8,000 if I want to delay this by 8 seconds. Okay, let's give that a shot. So we preview. Okay. So now I remember something. See, it's interesting building this all again. If you notice when I had that animate stack, just the way that the animations happen, they really affect kind of like Z indexes and things like that on the page. And even though I had fixed that, once I put in the animate stack, we saw the website content. Let me refresh. We see the website content on top of it again. And this one threw me for a loop quite a bit the first time I did it. And I was thinking, man, what the hell can I do? And that fades out and we see our website, but the website was kind of already there, is on top, right? So I was like, shit, what in the world can I do to fix this? And I came up with a pretty brilliant workaround, which actually provides us actually some really nice other additional animations. Okay. And actually, I'm going to increase this animate by 2 more seconds because I thought it was a little bit fast. Okay, so I set that to 10 seconds, okay, which is 10,000 milliseconds. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play a little bit of a trick. And what we're going to do is we're going to add another animate stack outside of this, okay? And I'm going to put my content, my website content, inside the animate stack. What I'm going to do here is we're going to look at the settings. And what I do is, I'm going to fade this in. Okay? So what we're going to do is duration, we'll do like we'll do 1500 seconds. Now we're going to do the same delay as our slideshow. As the slideshow is fading out, our content is now going to fade in. Right? Okay, so then we're going to do a delay of 10,000 because that's what our slideshow fade out animation was. Offset is going to be 0. Repeat is 1 because we only want it to happen once. Okay. Now, you don't have to fade in your entire web page content. You only really need to fade in the content that is towards the top of the page. So yeah. And there could be issues, if some stacks don't like to be animated. So, yeah, hopefully this works with most stacks, but it is possible depending if what features. I mean, there could be some corner edge cases where putting some stacks inside this animate in may not work, but it should work in a vast majority of the cases. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and preview this now. We don't see our site background, and it's animating, and we want to make an impact. Yes, we do. And that fades out, and the website fades in. Boom! Instant full screen slideshow that fades into our website content. And then we can scroll our website content and do whatever we like, right? So, for example, if I had, let's say our website content was even bigger, right? Let's just go ahead and we'll put in 2 more of these, right? Okay, so on preview. So those ones that are below, that are currently below the website, aren't you can't see them, right? So there we go. Fades in. I can scroll down, and there's all my other content. Pretty cool, right? Awesome. Refresh there. I think it was that cache. Now, actually, one side effect is if I scroll down before the website, that I didn't even think about that. As I scroll down, the stuff that isn't in the animate stack can scroll up and be seen. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so you might want to put everything in there. I don't know, it's up to you. But yeah, I'm intrigued. That's pretty much it. I thought that was kind of cool. Hopefully, if you guys have any sort of questions, let me know in the chat box. Yeah, this is a quick one, hopefully, but you kind of see how I built this, right? It took us about a half hour, but I did it from scratch, and you kind of see my methodology where it's like, okay, let's build out the content. Let's build impact first. Let's get that working and put it above it. And then, okay, now we need to get it on top of our content. So then we took target and slapped it on top. And then we got that transparency issue. And so I was like, okay, clever idea, put a background on target, fixed it, boom, score. And then it was like, okay, the last part is we need to animate out the slideshow. And then that threw us for a little loop there where it the animation kind of brought back the bleeding content. But then we had an interesting idea as well, which then we animate that content in. So we're hiding it on page load and then animating it once the slideshow animates out, right? So yeah, pretty slick. I thought this was a really great, clever thing. And yeah, hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, please go ahead and post them in the chat box. We're kind of done for today. It was a short one. So yeah, that's all I had for today. Pretty cool though. I put the download to this project file inside the chat box. And it's on the RapReaver forums as well on that thread. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yep, quick tutorial today. Any more questions? Post them in the chat. I'll stick around for a few more minutes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Sweet. Let's see here. Boop. Will that work with video? I don't know. Let's figure it out. Will it work with video? All right, let's go back. I have video. Let me get a video in here. I need a video slide. I need a video URL. Let me see if I have a video URL in my clipboard really quick. Of course I don't. Let me go get one. Let me see. I think I might have some videos already uploaded on my test server. Let me go check. MP4s. What is this? Bustedbrackets.mp4. I have no idea what that video is. 90 megabytes. Jesus. It's 160. Jesus, even bigger. Okay, I'll go to. Hold on. Let me just go get an image URL or a video URL. Sorry. Video file here. This one's 7 meg. Okay, there we go. All right, so there we go. Impact video slide. We do an MP4 video. Paste in that URL. Select. Video poster. Oh, I have a video poster here. Let's do copy URL. Set. There we go. There is me. Cool. We want to autoplay. We want to mute. We're going to do that. We're going to loop it. One thing you could do is like in the slides, you could add a Ken Burns effect and stuff like that, right? But let's go ahead in this video slide. We're going to add some content. We'll do that. Actually, no, maybe the video is just me. I don't know. Whatever. So there's the video of me, and then it slides into the slideshow, and it goes to there, and it fades out. Boom! Video accomplished, right? So there you go. Can we add a menu? Sure, why not? So you probably want the menu on top of all slides, right? So what we'll do is we'll go to the impact stack and we'll say floating content, floating on all sides, always, auto height. Okay, and then we'll just put our menu straight in there. So then we'll probably just put like a top bar in there for right now. Top bar. Oops. So put in a top bar, Here, let's style the top bar a little bit. So we want the top level menu. We want alignment centered. We want it full width. We're going to hide the site setup. And actually, let's do custom HTML menu. No drop downs though, just because this particular project only has. Oh, hold on one second. Do that. And I mean, here we probably want, let's see, the background. Want that to be like some sort of probably actually transparent, right? And then we want the text to be white, which we do. Let's try that. Oh, mobile menu. Hold on. Top bar, we want entire menu. There is full menu at always. Show for always show. Try that. There we go. Up there you see the menu. Yep, there we go. Might want to turn off the dividers or turn on a hover color or whatnot, right? But there we go. There is the menu. Now that menu is inside. That menu's only inside the impact, and then when it fades out, I mean, it's only there for 10 seconds, so chances are you probably don't want a menu inside there, right? But I guess you could add one. So, or some sort of link or a button, maybe a button like it's like go to a particular page or a specific call to action right away, something like that. So there we go. There's a few little nice add-ons that didn't think about before. So yep, we can add in. We added a menu. We added video slides. All worked. So cool. I think we'll call it quits, guys. Hope you have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this this quickie, right? Quick little tutorial. I am off now to go edit videos from the weekend so that people that weren't able to attend all weekend can enjoy all the amazing speakers that we had this weekend. And so yeah, thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed today, and we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.